It's an unusual political scandal. A minister follows ethics guidelines to the letter, but still pays a heavy price.
What we've seen over the last week is that I need to do more. As Minister of Finance in this role, it's important to make sure people have absolute confidence.
Doing more means selling the shares he owns in his former company, Morneau Chappelle, and putting everything else in a blind trust, something the Ethics Commissioner advised him just last year wasn't necessary. A blind trust agreement is not required. The best measure of compliance would be to establish a conflict of interest screen.
I, perhaps naively, thought that, in Canada, following the rules and respecting the recommendations of the Ethics Commissioner, respecting the recommendations of an Officer of Parliament, would be what Canadians would expect.
But that's ethics. This is politics.
Why does he expect us to blindly trust that he is not hiding other conflicts of interest?
We all thought he had placed his shares in a blind trust.
Each attack elicited a version of the same answer.
I worked with the Ethics Commissioner to make sure that she understood my situation. I took her recommendations and made sure that I moved forward with them to not have a conflict of interest. Now I've gone one step further.
And each answer elicited more outrage.
That, I think, will give a great deal of confidence to all Canadians.
The NDP drew a straight line from Morneau's job to Morneau's bank account. Proposed pension legislation that could have boosted the share value of Morneau Chappelle, which manages pensions.
But how does pocketing millions of dollars from his work as the minister do anything but serve himself?
What the member opposite knows is that I fully disclosed my assets to the Ethics Commissioner. I worked with the Ethics Commissioner to get her recommendations, and I followed those recommendations.
Today's move comes after a week of retreats by Morneau on his controversial package of tax reforms. He's tweaked some and scrapped others due to loud protests, a significant public policy decision that's been largely overshadowed by the politics of his personal wealth. David Cochran, CBC News, Ottawa.